Hi there, today we're going to learn about place value through the hundreds. So if we have this number, 1, 2, 3, can you say that number for me? You're right, you should say 123. But with place value, our question is what does this 3 really represent? What does this 2 really mean? And what does this 1 really mean? So we're going to take a look at this number and break it apart so that we can see what each one of these digits, each one of these numbers really represents. So here we have the number 123, and now we have them labeled by what each one of these numbers actually represents. The 3 here is in the ones, the 2 is in the tens, and the 1 is in the hundreds. So what that actually means is there are 3 ones, 1, 2, 3. There are 2 tens. So we have our 2 tens right there. And there is 1 hundred. Here's our 100 right there. So if we break this number down into its parts, it actually looks like 100 plus 2 tens, and 10 plus 10 is 20, plus 3 ones. So even though we say the number 123, and you can actually hear that 120 and 3 right there, but what we're really saying is that there's 100 of something, plus there's 2 tens or 20 of something, plus there's 3 ones. So for a total of 123. So if I asked you right now, what number is in the hundreds place, it would be 1. There's 1 in the hundreds place. What's in the tens place? The number 2 is in the tens place. That actually means 20. And if I asked you what number was in the ones place, there are 3. The number 3 is in the ones place. Let's go try some questions now about place value. All right, so here we have the question. How many hundreds are in the number 320? How many hundreds do we see there? Now remember, the ones are first, then the tens, then the hundreds. So how many hundreds? You're right, there are 3 hundreds. How many tens are there in this number 320? Well, if we know these are the hundreds, this would come next. This would be the tens, and then the ones. There are 2 tens. And finally, how many ones do we have in this number 320? Well, if we know it's hundreds, then tens, then ones. Ones are always over to the right, the first one. How many do you see there? You're right, 0. There are no ones. There's 3 hundreds, 2 tens, 0 ones. Great job. Okay, so the question reads, what number is equal to 400 plus 10 plus 6? So if we slide these numbers all together, if we're smushing them all together, what number do we have? Well, in the hundreds, we have a 4 because there's 400. Then we have, how many tens do you see there? Just 1 10. So the number 1. And how many ones do we have? We have 6 ones. So the number equal to 400 plus 10 plus 6 is the number 416. If we look at it, if we slide those numbers all together, we get 416. The 10 right here moves into this place, and the 6 moves into this place, into the ones. So they slide together, and then we have 6 ones, 110, 4 hundreds. Nice job. All right, so the question reads, what number has 7 hundreds, 3 tens, and 6 ones? So let's start off with our hundreds here. How many hundreds do we have? 7, great. So there's 7 hundreds. How many tens do we have? 3. And how many ones do we have? That's right, we have 6. So what number have we created there? If you said 736, you are completely correct. Nice job on that. Our final question. What is the value of the hundreds digit in 383? That's right. If you said 300, you're totally correct. What is the value of the ones? If you said 3, you got it right again. And finally, what is the value of the tens? If you said 80, you are completely correct. Remember, it's not just an 8. It's 8 tens. And if we count up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 8 of them, it comes to the number 80. That 3 is not worth 3 here. If it's in the hundreds, it's worth 300s. Great job. Today we've been practicing learning about place value through the hundreds.